Ascension and physical changes. During the earth changes, the earth and the physical bodies on the earth are supposed to undergo a change as we move from the third dimension to the fourth and fifth dimensions. On the planetary scale, a massive shift is taking place. Huge infusions of light are coming to the earth plane as the veil of separation and denial are lifting. Earth changes are creating physical changes in your bodies right now. The planet is mutating, and so are the beings on it. There is a transmutation taking place in the very cells of your body. The physical transmutation change within your bodies is a significant and basic alteration in the body. It may be a relatively permanent change in hereditary material involving either a physical change in chromosome relations or a biochemical change in the codons that made up genes. A codon is a triplet of nucleotides that is part of the genetic code for the body. The genetic code specifies a particular amino acid in a protein or starts or stops protein synthesis, which means putting things together. This is the way the body grows or is destroyed by disease during its particular lifetime. During the process of cellular transformation, you may see or feel specific physical changes and sensations in your body and in the bodies of those around you, such as the following. 1. Aches, pains, and headaches. New aches and pains will appear in various places in the body, and then these will disappear. Headaches and sudden shooting pains in the head or eyes may occur, and these may be signs that adjustments are being made in your energies. These adjustments will be attuning you to different frequencies during cellular transformation. The parts of your brain that have been dormant in the past are now being used. This may require some rewiring of brain circuitry, while brain patterns that are no longer functional will be rerouted. As you develop a higher way of thinking and being, you will experience more creative energies and will create deeper levels of meditation. As transformation occurs, there may be periods when you feel more anxious and irritable than usual. You may also feel restless, headachy, and less able to concentrate. You may have an increased sensitivity to people, sounds, smells, and environments. You may experience muscle soreness, particularly in the lower back, joint pains, or poor digestion. When these glands are excessively stimulated, your body is constantly in a hyper state of fight or flight, and the body expends resources at tremendous rates of speed. The mutation process that you are presently undergoing has been initiated within the molecular structure of the brain. The progressive cycles of change are introduced to the rest of the body systems, primarily through the cerebral spinal fluid, and from there throughout the nervous system generally. This accounts for the pervasive sensations of disturbances within the head, eyes, spine, and nerves. It has resulted in dizziness, headaches, and pressure in the head, usually experienced from back to front, at other times from side to side. It also accounts for considerable nervous disruption, sleeplessness, and irregular energy surges and drops. Digestion may become erratic, and peculiar pains may come and go without warning in different parts of the body. 2. Body cells. The tissue of our bodies is made up of cells. The cells are made up of molecules, and this goes on until the subatomic level is reached. At the subatomic level, the templates or blueprints are formed for our bodies. The probabilities of what we can do are created at the subatomic level. There are changes being made at this level as the Earth changes occur, and as the axis shift occurs on the planet. These changes are due to occur very soon. During this period of an axis shift, past types of behavior and past ways of arranging matter will not be available. At our material level, these changes will appear to be a rearrangement of matter. From a spiritual level, however, these changes relate to the growth of planetary awareness. When these changes happen, the forms of life on the planet will change. The very structure of every cell in our bodies is changing. The changes in your body will occur in the body cells as these cells undergo a gentle infusion of new electromagnetic impulses. The structure of energy exchange and transfer is being slowly rewired in the cells during cellular transformation. This could be the cause of periods of exhaustion as your body goes through radical remodeling and rebuilding. When this change is observed, relax and move with the changes taking place in your body. After all, you have nothing else to do. You need to spend time in meditation, reading, etc., to relax until the time comes that the changes will eventually stop. We are building new information into the cells of the body, and yet it has been said that these changes are taking place naturally. Some have asked whether this suggests that we can reprogram our own DNA, or is this all being done automatically and we don't get involved in it? The answer is it's a little bit of both. The cells have been coded for this time in history, prior to the time of human birth. Many people are finding that they are drawn to a certain place or a certain person. They are finding that being in that environment, whether with that person or in that physical place, is creating a type of trigger. A trigger in the cellular memory. So in this respect, it is happening automatically. We are following our impulses. We are following our natural motion in life to where the body is leading us and who the body is leading us to. This is creating the firing or triggering of new information. There is a type of overlapping and a blending of many processes taking place as these triggers are activated. Then the new information is activated. This is taking place on a multitude of levels within the body. The more we are in alignment with our body wisdom, the more there is a movement consciously towards that which will trigger that cellular memory and activate the transformation within the DNA. So indeed, you are taking part. It is not to sit back and get on automatic pilot and everything will happen. To some degree that is so, but also it is the more you are in alignment with these changes consciously, the more you will be the captain of your ship, directing and orchestrating, a co-creator of these changes within yourself and within the masses. There are many parts to this transformation. It is neither that you are on one side of the fence or another. What this means in biochemical terms is quite mind-blowing. A fundamental renovation is occurring in your house, the body, while you are living in it. Using the analogy of remodeling your home, the workmen strip off the old roof, tear up the old floor, disconnect your old plumbing, and turn off your electricity to rewire the home. This all occurs while you are trying to live there. In the same manner as your body is undergoing the same remodeling, you are trying to keep ahead of the changes, and you will feel extremely disoriented and inconvenienced as they occur. The changes in your body house are occurring because your DNA is being restructured. Your DNA contains within it an old understanding about what it is to be here that is deeply focused on individuality. The DNA has the individualized expression of divinity. The individual, I am, and it has the wholeness. Now you can conceive of both, but can you yet conceive of what it would be like to be keenly aware of yourself as an individual and at the same time know that you are wholeness? That is what you are working on achieving at this time, whether you realize it or not. The potentiality within the DNA is capable of reformatting to allow for these changes. Universal law provides that the physical form for divine life expression of a species may be altered or reformatted only by those who dwell therein. This means that the DNA of a species of Earth can only be altered through the creative choice of the consciousness that dwells within the body form. What this means for you is that the human DNA that is responsible for every aspect of your physical presence cannot be altered by other beings, nor can it be changed by you from outside of the physical plane. How do you change your own DNA? To change your DNA and to change your structure, you need to change your emotions. You also need to change your thoughts, because to do these two things means to change your biochemistry and your brain chemistry. It means headaches and nausea. As these changes occur, you will experience dizziness, feelings of spinning, and loss of emotional centering. During cellular transformation, your body is a constant flow of discarded proteins and structures. Your cerebrospinal fluid is being filled with discarded mineral deposits. You are literally sloughing off your body and you are rebuilding it. The changes will be very intense and will be very challenging to you during the sloughing off process. You are energetic engineers of the new world species. If you agree with this and you are willing, you must rearrange and rebuild your own DNA. You live in your body and you will change it while you're living in it. Some people have already begun to do this. 3. Changes in body color. During cellular transformation, repigmentation of the body will occur. Many different kinds of unusual marks, round, red, white, etc., will appear on the skin of young people as well as on the skin of older bodies. This is a temporary repigmentation process that will allow the skin to come into its true purposes. The skin is an organ that functions as a bridge between heavy, dense matter of the body and less dense matter of the auric field of the body. Within 25 years, a slight darkening of even the lightest people will occur. This relates to the blood cell membranes being enriched by oxygen allowing them to move in greater numbers and greater velocity through the capillary system closer to the surface of the skin. 4. Changes in body shape. You are completing a time loop in your spiritual growth, which has allowed you to explore some matters in depth. This time loop is now coming to an end, and your body is beginning to change shape as you close that time loop. As you come back to your original time sequence, you will go back through what you have been in the past. Some people might notice that their head seems to be trying to expand, and many people will have headaches during these times, usually associated with pressures from these changes. It will feel almost like someone is trying to force your head into a larger shape. Changes in body shape will happen slowly over time. Currently, the changes that are taking place are happening on the inside of the body, in the infrastructure, in the following places. A. In the cellular system, in the blood. B. In the central nervous system. C. In the bone marrow. D. In the brain's patterning, how it is firing and receiving information from God, Source. There are the changes that are occurring now, and for many this creates confusion because they feel that something is going on, but they cannot see it in the mirror. They look in the mirror and they see that they are very much the person they were 5 or 10 years ago. They don't seem to be having any less wrinkles. They don't seem to be looking any more healthy. This creates a bit of confusion because they know they are working so consciously and so hard on the inner path. Yet the changes are slow in coming, bleeding through into the outer body. This will certainly occur over time, but it is taking place on the inside now. This is where the base must first be built, deeply on the inside of the body, and will come from the inside out. In your future, you will see a greater lightness, an expression of the body expressing its lightness of being. You may see beings that are experiencing a greater thinning or a lightening of your being. Many persons will feel taller. There may not be an actual shift in the physical body of growing taller, but there will be the sense of upliftment. The body is expressing upliftment with a feeling of walking tall and of being lighter with the body. Some people will experience weight change, either losing weight or gaining weight as a result of the inner transformation. The body knows how to readjust and reorganize itself because this process is quite natural. This process of transformation has been coded within the cells of the body and is taking place naturally. What people are now learning to do is how to assist what is occurring naturally by being outside, by being aware of the foods they are eating, being aware of the connection to the earth, and by being aware of the direction their body is leading them. The greater you are aware of this, the greater you can assist what is already going on and will be continuing at its own natural pace according to the cellular coding for each individual.